Mic is muted. Now it is unmuted. Oh, now they give you a little message that your mic is muted. That's good. That's good. So, good day. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa. SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. Yes, it does. So I hope everyone had a good weekend and a good Monday. We are back live today, and we are continuing our important series that we started last week that has been inspired by this little pamphlet, The Tyranny of the Urgent. Tyranny of the Urgent by Charles E. Hamel. And so I'm going to do a little recap just to bring us up to speed. And then we're going to get into the next step. Shay, say cool. Good to see y'all. So here's a little recap from where we were last week. So the first thing is we started by distinguishing between what's important and what is urgent. What is important and what is urgent. So I hope that you made that distinction for yourself by now. And then we started with Charles Hamel's steps to productive use of time. And it serves us well to remember that time is a construct and that we are the source of our own time. We are the source of our own time. And we have a choice in how we spend our time. We have that choice. So his first step is to decide what's important and give it proper priority. So I've been practicing this more deliberately, intentionally, and consistently over this week. And what has served me the best and the most is to have my important list. To have my important list. Now you can see I have a number of things there, right? And then I say to myself, okay, out of these 8 things, what's really important? What's the priority? Because I cannot have 8 priorities in a day. I already know that I'm not going to get to all of them. So the most is 3 or 4 at the most. And I count my spiritual practice. So that gives me 3 most of the time. And then we decided what's important and we given it priority. And then we do a time budget, right? It's important, just like we budget our money, that we budget our time. How are you using your time? And we take an accounting of how we currently use our time so that you have a better sense of how much time it really takes you to do certain things. Because in our mind, oftentimes, we think it's going to take less time than it actually does, given what the goal is. So it's good to just take an assessment and see how you are currently spending your time. And then step 3 is budget your hours. So we create that time budget for ourselves and we create a system that works for us. So you create a system that works for you. So this system right now works for me. It's probably going to graduate into me doing some kind of form that I could just copy and just write in what my important things are for the day and doing an assessment at the end of the day for myself. So we create a system that works for us. You tweak it as needed. So nothing is carved in stone. It's fluid. It's a living process that you are co-creating for yourself. And then you're choosing your high priority items. What are the priorities? And you're also deciding, okay, that's not a priority. That's not really that important. So you could cut back on some things that you have been holding as important and now realize, you know what? That's really not important. And so then you free up some more time that you could allocate to what is important. And then one of the most important things is that we acknowledge, we encourage, and we appreciate ourselves, right? For the things that we got completed, for the practice and moving forward, right? For the progress that we have made. And always give yourself a little wiggle room, right? Give yourself a little wiggle room in your day for those unexpected things that may or may not pop up. So that takes us to step 4. And hold on a second, because I am so hot. I'm just going to turn on my little ceiling fan. Just wanted to turn on my little ceiling fan and my little hand fan. Because right before the show, I just got back from the gym, which is important to me. Self-care is one of my important items that is on my list every single day. Self-care. So let's get into number 4. So I'm going to check in and then I'm going to give you a step 4. Good day, good day, good day. Fee King, thank you for sharing. So Fee is sharing. This series is awesome. I tend to have a lot. I get 90 to 90% completed. However, it ends up taking me 12 plus hours of my 4 to 5 days a week. That's not how I like to continue spending my time. Excuse me. The budgeting of my hours is priceless. That's been helping a lot. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go, Fee King. I am right there with you. Yes, yes, yes. Rest is one of my things as well, Wayne. Rest is important to me and was also one of the catalysts for me exploring tyranny of the urgent. So number 4. Number 4 is follow through. Follow through. So I'm going to share what he writes here in Tyranny of the Urgent. He writes, even the best laid plans produce little without a firm resolve to implement them. At the outset of the day, recommit yourself to the Lord. So he's Christian. So the pamphlet leans towards Christianity, but I think this is good advice. At the outset of the day, recommit yourself to your spiritual practice, to your higher power, whatever it is. Recommit yourself to being present with the presence every single day as you think of the hours to follow. He writes, take a moment to list in order of priority the tasks to be done. Take it into account commitments already made. So this was really good because one day I did my list and I did not take into account other commitments I had on my calendar. So now I create my list of what's important, and then I look on my calendar and I see, okay, what commitments have I made? And I have to factor that in. And sometimes I have to take something off because of prior commitments. So he says, He gives an example of a competent general. A competent general always draws up his battle plan before engaging the enemy. He doesn't postpone basic decisions until the firing starts, but he is also prepared to change his plans if necessary to cope with an unexpected turn of events. So be ready to implement your plans as the day's battles against the clock begins. So that's his example. That example doesn't really resonate with me, the whole battle and firing stars. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm all for the grace and the ease and the peace, right? So, but the point is, if you have to make adjustments in the day, it's not the end of the world. Make your adjustments and move forward. And then he gives a warning. This pamphlet was published in 1967, right? So it's over 50 years old, going on close to 60. He says this: beware the tyranny of the telephone. Now, in the 60s, y'all, there were no cell phones, there were no smartphones. So if he's talking about our regular landline phones, he said, beware of the tyranny of the phone. So the phone situation has been a distraction, a time sucker for a long time. And now it's even more challenging because of the technology that we have in our smartphones. So he says, from time to time, an urgent call brings you a request for which you have no budgeted hours. The pleading voices assure you of the importance of this impending task and how well acquainted you are to take it on. It may be difficult to decline, especially if it seems that the activity can be squeezed in. Who can relate to this? You have your day plan, and then someone comes and makes a request of you that is going to eat up valuable time that you have not budgeted into your day, right? What do? Do you try to squeeze that in? Do you take off something that's important so that thing could fit? Or do you say one of the words that can free us? No, 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 not today. Not today. He says, no matter how clear your calendar looks, tell the person that you want to think it over. So that's a great strategy, because some people are practicing saying no and they're not comfortable, but be uncomfortable with saying no. Don't wait until you're comfortable to say no, because that may never come. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable with saying no. And if you need, instead of saying no, you can say, let me think about it. Let me get back to you on that. Right? You do not have to give an immediate yes. And I love that he says this. And I think I'm going to share one or two more things. Surprisingly, the engagement often appears less important after the pleading voice has become silent. If you withstand the urgency of the moment, you can weigh the cost and discern whether the task is God's will for you or not. So, your pause, there's silence because you said, let me think about it, or you said no, and then there's silence on the phone. It's okay. Let it be silent. All right. He says, I have come to realize that I am the indispensable person only until the moment I say no. So I've had this experience. Someone makes a request of me. I have this whole thing that I got to do it, right? I am indispensable. I'm the one that has to do this thing for this person. And then when you say no, guess what? They move on because they got to figure it out for themselves. So you become dispensable once you say no. Try it out and see if that works for you. So don't be discouraged over failures to hold the line. Even the best trained armies sometimes lose a battle when they don't go according to the plan. But the bottom line is this: when your budgeting resolves break down, take courage, regroup, and press forward with your overall strategy. So be of good courage when things go a little wonky, right? When you have deterred from your list of important things. Don't say, oh, well, I guess I messed up the whole day and it's only 12 o'clock in the afternoon. No, you have not. Take a moment, take a pause, take some deep breaths, do something to encourage yourself. Regroup, reassess, reevaluate, and then move forward. Move forward. So that is step 4, follow through. Follow through. There may be outside influences, but you still get to decide because you are the source of your own time. No one is doing anything to you. No one is making you do anything. No one is making you feel anything. We are responsible for how we use our time. We are responsible for how we are feeling. So I hope that is helpful. Tomorrow we will do the step 5. There's 6 steps, although he says there's 4. There's 6 steps. So tomorrow we will do step 5. So I hope this has been helpful. Let me check in and then we will do some joy news. Let's see. Shay says, us on the phone. Oh, Shay, that's so true. But girl, yes, yes. Shay and I could get on the phone and be on the phone for like an hour or 2. Yes. But I always get off the phone feeling lifted up. So that's important to me. B said, I just had a no uncomfortable moment this weekend and I typed it out. No is a complete sentence and it's not a bad word. No, yes. Thank you for this reminder. Oh, yes, Fee. Oh, yes. So we get to practice saying no, or let me get back to you. Let me think about it, right? What is someone going to say to that? No, you got to tell me now? No. And Fee also says, yep, nearly as important to others as I want to believe. Yes, we are as important to others as we believe that we are. Believe you me, people will figure it out. People will figure it out. I put down my Superwoman cape. I'm not going to pick it back up. And I am nobody's Superwoman. I am nobody's Superwoman. That's exhausting. And Linda says, discernment. Most of us need to consciously develop this as a habit, using it regularly. Yes, discernment is key. You want to have a superpower? Have the superpower of discernment. Yes, Linda, I love everything about that. All right, y'all. I think you're with me. I think you are finding some value in this, and I appreciate that so much. So let's get into some joy news. So tomorrow is our community cafe at Rockland CSL. The 4th Wednesday of the month is our community energy. And that could mean anything. So I will be leading tomorrow's community cafe, and our energy is going to be directed towards play because July is our play month at Rockland CSL. So join us tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. You can go to our website, rocklandcsl.org, for the Zoom link. And I hope to see you tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. for our play date. So we're going to have a virtual play date tomorrow. All right? All right. That's what we're going to do tomorrow. What else do I want to share with you today? That might be it. Please remember, if you haven't done so already, our Congregation of Joy, we are going to show out and show up for Sekou Wrights and his new books that he has written. Little Sekou's First Dollar, Get Rich 101, and you'll know about Hack Your Pay Now. So all his books are available on Amazon. You can pre-order Little Sekou's First Dollar and Get Rich 101 right now, and they will be released, I believe, on August 2nd. So shout out to Sekou Wrights for doing it. And so we know what's important to Sekou and how he's been allocating his time. He's been allocating his time to his quality, and his quality is abundance. So that's a great indication of assessing your quality based on what's important. Use your quality to discern what's important. All right, that's another tool that we can use. All right, everybody, I think that's all the joy news. Thank you for supporting my ministry of joy. As you know, I have joy merchandise that you can purchase by going to my Etsy store at iamrevmelissa. We have mugs and t-shirts and socks, and there's some of my Congregation of Joy showing out their joy merchandise. So go to Etsy, I am Rev Melissa, if you would like some joy merchandise. All right, everybody. So I will see you all tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We will unpack step number 5 of The Tyranny of the Urgent by Charles E. Hummel. All right. Let me check in one more time with you all. And I'm going to do a quick 1 through 5 for you in case anyone has missed it and you're taking notes. Number 1, decide what's important. You get to decide what's important. 2, do a time budget. Discover where your time goes. 3, budget your hours. So you're creating that time budget. Budget your hours. And 4 was follow through. Say no. Say, let me get back to you. But give yourself the grace to follow through on what is important for you. So those are the 4 steps. And I see Sekou is telling me to put up the NASDAQ photo. All right, I'm going to put up the NASDAQ photo tomorrow because I have to find it. So, and I'll share what that's all about tomorrow as well. All right, everybody, have a wonderful today. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.